Giacomo Agostini. Giacomo Agostini, born June 16, 1942, is an Italian multi-time world champion Grand Prix motorcycle road racer. Nicknamed Ago, he amassed 122 Grand Prix wins and 15 World Championship titles. Of these, 68 wins and 8 titles came in the 500cc class, the rest in the 350cc class. For these achievements obtained over the course of a career spanning 17 years, the AMA described him as perhaps the greatest Grand Prix rider of all time. In 2000, Agostini was inducted into the MotoGP Hall of Fame as a MotoGP legend, while in 2010, he was named in FIM legend for his motorcycling achievements. These results caught the eye of Count Domenico Augusta, who signed Agostini to ride for his MV Agusta squad as Mike Halewood's teammate. Agostini then fought a season-long battle with Honda's Jim Redman for the 1965 350cc World Championship. He seemed to have the title won when he led the final round in Japan at Suzuka when his bike failed him, handing the title to Redman. At the end of the 1965 season, Halewood left to join Honda as he had tired of working for the difficult Count Augusta. With Agostini now the top MV Agusta rider, he responded by winning the 500cc title 7 years in succession for the Italian factory. He would also win the 350cc title 7 times in succession and won 10 Isle of Man TTs. At the time, the Isle of Man TT and the Ulster Grand Prix were regularly won by Anglophonic, mostly British, riders. In addition to Agostini's successes at the TT, he also won 7 Ulster Grand Prix races. He was the only non-British rider to achieve the same kind of success in these British motorcycle races, which were 2 of the most difficult motorcycle races in the world at the time. In 1967 he battled Halewood in one of the most dramatic seasons in Grand Prix history. Each rider had 5 victories before the championship was decided in Agostini's favor at the last race of the season. Agostini dropped a bombshell on the Grand Prix world when he announced he would never again race at the Isle of Man TT, after the death of his close friend, Gilberto Parletti during the 1972 TT. He considered the 37-mile circuit unsafe for World Championship competition. At the time, the TT was the most prestigious race on the motorcycling calendar. Other top riders joined his boycott of the event, and by 1977, the event was struck from the Grand Prix schedule. Agostini surprised the racing world when he announced that he would leave MV Agusta to ride for Yamaha in 1974 season. On his first outing for the Japanese factory, he won the prestigious Daytona 200, the premier American motorcycle race. He went on to claim the 1974 350cc World Championship, but injuries and mechanical problems kept him from winning the 500cc crown. He rebounded and won the 1975 500cc title, marking the first time a 2-stroke machine won the premier class. The 1975 championship would also be the last world title for the 33-year-old Italian. In 1976, he rode both Yamaha and MV bikes in the 500cc class, yet raced only once in the 350cc to win in Assen. For the challenging Nürburgring, he chose the 500cc MV Agusta and took it to victory, winning the last Grand Prix for both himself, the marque, and the last for 4-stroke engines in the 500cc class. He retired from motorcycle competition after finishing 6th in the 1977 season, in which he also raced in 750cc endurance races for Yamaha.